Okay, who would like to read this? Volunteer?
I'll go for it.
Yeah, okay. Come. Om Adhyana
Om Adhyana
Timirandasya
Simrandasha
Janan Jana
Janan Jana
Salakaya
Salakya
Chaksur Unmilitam
Chaksur Unmilitam
Yena Tasme
Yena Tasmai
Sri Guruve Namaha.
Sri Guruve Namaha. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes to the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him.
Namo Om Vishnu Padaya
I will try to say this, Guru. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pasaya Budale, Shrimakti Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Iti Namini.
Good.
Namaste Saraswati Devi, Gauravani Pracharini, Nivesesa Sunyavadi, Paschatya Tesatarini. I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very, very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. All respectful obeisances are unto you, O spiritual master, servant of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami. You are kindly preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya Deva and delivering the Western countries, which are filled with impersonalism and voidism. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadara, Shiva Savdi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadara, Shiva Sara, and all other in the line of devotion. Maha means great, and mantra means chant for deliverance. For all mantras in the Vedas, one is called the Maha Mantra or Great Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The word Hare, pronounced Hare, Krishna as Krishna, and Rama rhymes with drama are Sanskrit words. Hare is an address to God's energy, known as Radha, and Krishna is name of God, meaning he is who is attractive to everyone. Rama means one who gives pleasure and enjoys life. When chanted, the Maha Mantra is a petition to God. O Krishna, or energy of Krishna, please engage me in your service.
Thank you. Okay. So now start the class. Okay, welcome to the Gita Gyan organized by ISKCON Malaysia. So who would like to read this verse from the Gita Gyan? Volunteer? Anyone? Amy, you want to do?
I'll go, Prabhu.
Okay. You need my help or you can manage?
I think for now I need your help.
Okay. Devaki Nandana Krishna
Devaki Nandana Krishna
Gita Patena Tusyati
Gita Patenya Tusmati
Yatana Vedai Dhanena
Natana Veda Dhanina
Yagna Tirtha Pratadibihi.
Yadni Trita Vitadini. The son of Devaki, the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, cannot be satisfied by anyone's study of the Vedas, charity, sacrifice, pilgrimage, or vows, as much as he is satisfied by the devotional recitation of the Gita.
Yeah. So that's how important the Gita is. So we take the blessings of, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the right. Is none different than Krishna. And Nityananda Prabhu on the left, none different than Balaram. They came 500 years ago, 129 years ago, on the invitation of Advaita Acharya, saying, "Oh Lord, please come. Everyone is so materialistic, and please come and save them." So then the Krishna and Balaram came 500 over years ago in India when the Muslims were in power in India. So they started the re-establishment of Sanatan Dharma, and they saved the Hindu civilization. Otherwise, we don't know where we are. Maybe we are don't know where. Okay, so we chant the mantra. Remember the mantra? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We take the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu that we can become good devotees, and also we can understand and practice the teachings of the Gita. This one we have just done. So Srila Prabhupada, he is he's an Acharya. We take blessings of him, and at the age of 67, when he was 67 years old, he managed to get a ticket from India to New York on a ship. And he had only 40 rupees, and he went to New York. Not because he liked to go to New York, because his guru said to him that, you know, I would like you to go to the Western countries to preach about Krishna. So he took this message of his guru at heart, and he could not find a time to go to Europe or America in so many years. But finally, when he was 67 years old, when he was already a monk at that time, he managed to get a ticket. And that is also on a ship, not on aeroplane. Because at that time, aeroplane is very expensive. The ship is much cheaper. So anyway, a free ticket was given, and he had 40 rupees, and he went to the West, and he says, I don't know, Krishna, what you have planned for me, but I'm just depending on you fully, and whatever you want to do, you do. And so somehow or another, he became very successful after a very lot of difficulty in New York. He became very successful in preaching, and before he died, he opened 108 temples of Krishna around the world. Just imagine, in 11 years, he opened 108 temples. So now ISKCON is actually, Krishna is very famous all over the world now. Last time, only in India you know Krishna. You don't know much about Krishna anywhere else. And then you don't know much about Gita. Now, Gita is known all over the world, and Krishna is known all over the world. Okay, who would like to read this Gita Mahatma for today?
Prabhu, I think I would like to volunteer to read all the slides today. Is it okay?
I cannot. I'm so sorry. One slide per next week. Everyone must have a chance.
Okay, Prabhu. All right, understood.
Okay, I want everyone to participate. Okay, who would like to volunteer? Who hasn't read? Please volunteer.
I haven't read.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Shall I start?
Yeah. Do you want me to help you, or you can manage on your own?
Okay, I try to manage, but if my pronunciation is wrong, please help me.
Then I should try and do with you, because I don't want you to stop halfway. Okay.
All right, Prabhu.
Okay, we start.
Okay.
I will do one full sentence, so at least you can follow up easy. Okay, let's see how good.
Okay.
Malini mochanam pumsam.
Malini mochanam pumsam.
Jala snanam dini dini.
Jala snanam dine dine.
Sakrit Gitamrita snanam.
Sakrit grita mrita snanam.
Samsara mala nashanam.
Samsara malanashanam. Okay. One may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in water, but if one takes a bath even once in the sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, for him, the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished.
So it's very powerful. You
Mhm.
may clean yourself daily by taking a bath. But if you take a bath even once, that means you read the Gita even once in the sacred Ganges water of the Gita. You know, we go to India to bathe in the Ganges because it purifies you, get rid of your sin. But if you read the Gita, it is even more powerful. For him, the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. So you can understand how powerful the Gita is. Don't underestimate. So every day we are chapter 1 we read one part of the Gita Mahatmya, chapter 2 another, chapter 3 another. We are going to read 18 verses from the Gita Mahatmya, all of which very powerful and shows you how important the Gita is and how important it is to also spread the message of Gita to all the people in Malaysia and all over the world. So, you know, uh, a lot of our Indians don't know our own philosophy. For the Muslims and the Christians from young, they have been taught. For our Indians, it has become a bit lost. So in this same way, we have to re-establish so that at least our people read the Gita, and also why not ask the Chinese or the others to read the Gita also. But don't preach to the Malays because it's against the law to preach non-Muslim scripture to the Malays. But if they come and they want to buy, that's okay. We can sell to them. But we should not tell them, please come and buy and all that. Okay? Please be careful about that. Just to spread among our Hindu brothers and sisters is actually much more important. Let them benefit. Let us all learn our scripture. So today is Karma Yoga. Remember in chapter 1, Arjuna don't want to fight. Chapter 2, Krishna says that actually what is the qualities of the soul, and many other. He start educating him how to actually come to a spiritual platform and see things from a spiritual level. So now Krishna is continuing in chapter 3. Okay, who would like to volunteer?
Me, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
You want me to help you or you can help yourself?
Yes, please help me.
Okay, Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Yajasi Chet
Jayasi Set
Karmanaste
Karmanaste
Mata Buddhir Janardhana
Mada Buddhir Janardana
Patyem Karmani Gore Mam
Tatkam Karmani Gore Mam
Niyoja Niyojayasi Kesava.
Niyo Jayasi Kesava. Arjuna said, O Janardana, O Kesava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work?
Okay, thank you. So now Arjuna is actually still don't want to fight. And Krishna is telling him why he should fight. And then he's trying to find an argument why he should not fight. And then he tells, oh, Janardana is Krishna. Okay, sir. Also another name of Krishna. Why do you want me to fight this terrible war? If you think that being an intelligent person is better than doing this karmic action, why do you want me to fight? You know, why can't I just be an intelligent devotee and not engage in this war? Okay, who's next? Volunteer? Everyone should volunteer, you know. If you volunteer, you will become better in Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Vyamisrene vavakyena
Vyami srene vavakyena
buddhimohaya sivame
buddhim mohaya sivame
tat ekam vada nishchityam
tat ekam vada nischitya
yena shroyoham apunyam.
yena shreyoham apunyam. My,
Yeah, very good.
my intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please tell me decisively which will be most beneficial for me.
Thank you. So Arjuna has already surrendered to Krishna as the disciple of Krishna, and Krishna he has put Krishna as the guru. So he is asking his guru. That's why a disciple should always ask questions. You know, whatever is in your mind, any doubt, just ask. The guru is going to help you. So he's saying, you know, my intelligence, my mind, my thinking is bewildered by your equivocal instruction. That means you're telling me to be intelligent and you're telling me to be do an action. I don't understand. Please tell me which is the most beneficial for me. So Arjuna actually is like represents us. We are all students of the Supreme Lord, and Arjuna is asking Krishna why Krishna is asking him to fight when you know that killing is wrong. Killing is wrong. Why you want me to fight? So that is what Arjuna is asking. Okay, who would like to read this? Sorry, volunteer.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I can go.
Yeah. Okay. Na karmanam
Na karmanam
anarambam
anarambam
naiskarmam yam
sorry, again.
naiskarm yam
Naiskarmyam
urusos snute
purusosnute
nacha
nacha
sanyasanat eva
sanyasanatva
siddhim
siddhim
samadhi gachati.
samadhi gachati. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection.
Yeah, Krishna is now replying. He is talking about what is karma. Karma is action which brings reaction. In these verses from 3.3 right up to 3.9, he is explaining Krishna what is karma, action which brings reaction, and what is akarma, action that does not bring reaction. So this is explained. So now you may ask me, I thought every action there is a reaction. How come there is an action without a reaction? Okay, we will explain to you. Just to understand, there are actions which give reaction. Good actions give good reaction. Bad action give bad reaction. But there's another type of action which brings no reaction, no karma. Okay, you just remember this. Later we'll come and explain. Okay. So he's asking, Krishna is saying, not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom. That means if you don't do anything, it's not necessary you will get freedom. Some people say, I don't want to do anything so that I will have no karma. That is not the way to get no bad karma. Okay? This Krishna is explaining very clearly. Freedom, freedom from reaction, no? So, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. That means if you give up everything, you give up your family duties, you give up everything, and then you say you want to go to temple and just sit down and chant and read, and you think that you can get perfection, that is also not the correct way. So it's very interesting, isn't it? How come Krishna is saying that we should not just give up everything? Remember, in our Hindu philosophy, sometimes we think that we give up everything, we go full time into temple, and then full time we dedicate ourselves to reading and meditating on the Lord. That is, and it is enough to go back to the spiritual world. But Krishna is saying, no, this is not the correct way. So let's see what exactly is Krishna saying. How come it's not the correct way? Any questions so far?
No.
No question? I proceed, huh? Okay. Okay, who would like to read this?
Me, Prabhu.
Okay. Niyatam kuru
Yatam kuru
karma tvam
karma tvam
karma jayo
karma jayo
ki akarmanaha
karmanaha
sarira yatrapi
sariraya trapi
yate
te
na prasidyat
aprasidyat
akarmanaha.
akarmanaha.
Okay.
Perform your prescribed duty. For doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work.
Thank you. So you see, Krishna saying, if you are a parent, you have to do your duty and bring up your children. You cannot say, I don't want to bring up my children now. I am totally renounced. I rejected being at home. I want to go temple and forget everything. Krishna says, no, no. This is not the right way. You are parent. You have already brought these children in the world. It is your duty to bring them up. It's your duty to educate them spiritually and materially, and then put them, hope and guide them until they are independent. Once your duties are over on this frame, then other duties also. It's not that you don't have other duties. So on the other hand, also, if you are what is your duty? Supposing you are okay, you are a student. Okay, what is your duty? Your duty is to learn, to get go educate yourself so you can be have a good profession. But on the other hand, not only do you need to educate yourself, you also have to learn spiritual knowledge. Because why? Just to educate yourself, you become an unbalanced person. You become a materialistic person and you got no spiritual balance. So then that would be a problem, because finally you will have to understand spiritual things. When you understand spiritual things, you will understand the position of the material thing in relation to the spiritual thing, and you will know the whole thing as a whole. Otherwise, you will only be focused on one. You will think that material things will give you happiness, which is not true. The real happiness of the soul, the bird in the cage, needs to be fed, and the soul needs to be fed. It needs to be nurtured. How you nurture? You have to get yourself to be spiritual. Okay, so he says, perform your prescribed duty. If you are a doctor, be a good doctor. If you are a warrior, be a good warrior. If you are anything, any job you have, be good in your duty. You are a parent, be a good parent. So all this you have to do. And after, you should also educate yourself materially and spiritually. And after that, when you are more and you have time, you should also educate other people to also become spiritual. This is your dharma. This is your duty as a person. You should help others. Not only you learn everything spiritually and say, I'm going back to Krishna Loka, I don't care about other people. That doesn't work like that. You should also help others. Like how your parents raised you up. You are now a parent, you have to raise your children. And then your children, when they become parents, they have to raise. Same thing, the spiritual thing is, somebody teach you, you also to teach somebody. In this way, everyone is benefited. And one secret I must tell you, the more you teach others about spiritual things, the more you will also benefit spiritually, in the sense that you will get better knowledge and more conversant in the scriptures. Okay, so you cannot even maintain one physical body without work. You cannot just sit down and expect food to come to you. You have to go and buy vegetables. You have to cook the vegetables. You have to offer to the Lord the vegetable and eat the prasad. So basically, you can there's no such thing as no work. You have to work. Now I give you an example. You go to the market to buy vegetable, you walk, you kill some ants. That is also karma. Correct. So what to do? You have to work. So that's why we are looking for action which don't have karma. Let's see what Krishna says. Who would like to read this? Any volunteer?
I can try it. I need some help.
Your first time? You have not read before?
No, I have.
You have. Okay.
Yeah.
You have read the. Okay, never mind. You read this, but I would prefer someone who hasn't read. Okay, never mind. You do this. Come, you follow me. Huh? Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yagna tat
Yadna tat
karmano nyatra
karmano nyatra
loko yam
loko yam
karma bandhanaha.
karma bandhana
Yeah, tad artham
tat artham
karma kaunteya
karma kaunteya
mukta sangha
mukta sangha
mukta sangha
mukta
samachara.
mukta sangha samachara. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way, you will always remain free from bondage.
Okay, very good. So you remain free from bondage. You remain free from karmic reactions, right? So Krishna says, work you do as a sacrifice for Vishnu. So I am a father, I am a mother, and I am raising my children as because Krishna wants me to raise the children into a good spiritual person, good person, right? So you are doing it as a sacrifice to Vishnu, and then when you go to buy the vegetables, you cook it and then you offer to Krishna. So you are buying the vegetable and you are thinking, I am buying the vegetable so I can offer to Krishna. So then that is also as a sacrifice to Krishna. And then sometimes in the vegetables, you will have some worms who when you wash it, the worms die. So because you are using these vegetables for performing as an offering to Krishna, whatever insects or whatever die, that one is all, you won't get the karmic action because you are doing it as a duty. You have a duty to actually use the money to buy vegetable and then offer and then take as prasadam. This is part and parcel of life. And second thing is you have a duty to earn money. So you're going to earn money so that you can bring in the money so you can have a spiritual life and raise up your family in a spiritual way. So that is also becomes actually spiritual action. And when you go to school to study, you want to go to school to study so that you can get a good job, so that you can earn a good some money, so that you can become a engage your family and yes, in a spiritual way. So that is also spiritual. So on the other hand, I want to earn money so that I can go nightclub and enjoy. That one has karmic action. You understand? Your thinking is different already. You already thinking different. I want to go and earn the money so that I can go and enjoy. I go and drink and womanize or whatever. That is actually materialistic. So that one has karma. So you do good action, you get good karma. You do bad action, you get bad karma. If you do sinful things, you get bad karma. You do good things, you get good karma. If you do good karma, next life you will become in a rich family, or you will have a comfortable life. You do bad things a lot in the next life, you will suffer a lot. You might become a very poor person or something like that. So in this way, whatever action we do, there's a reaction. But if you want to get rid of good action and bad action, that means even good action we are not interested in, because when we do very good action, what happens is we will come back next life to enjoy the life. But what we want to do is we want to have action without reaction, so that we don't have to come back to even enjoy in the material world. We want to have action which is according to how Bhagavad Gita wants us to act. So then we will not incur any sin, and we will be able to actually go back to the spiritual world without any worry. Is that clear or not? I know it's a bit technical. Any questions so far?
No, Prabhu, very clear.
Anybody has any questions so far? Okay, then I proceed first. And later you have question, you can ask. You see, you have this convict. He has a knife. He uses knife to kill people and to rob people. On the other hand, this surgeon use a knife to actually perform an operation and save people. So in this way, he is doing good action. He's getting good karma. This fella is doing bad action, doing bad karma. This fella is doing his duty. This fella is not doing his duty. You think his duty is to rob people? No, I don't think so. So in this way, Krishna is saying, do your duty. You know, you have to do work, because the work will make the whole world go. Otherwise, everyone don't do work, then what will happen? And then you have this army people like Arjuna, he has guns. So the gun is used to defend. These are terrorists. The guns are used to overthrow the government, which is let's say voted by the people, and then force the people to follow whatever they want to be done. You understand, huh? They don't like democracy. They are wanting to take over the nation and enjoy, and other people all suffer. So these are people who are doing their duty. These are people who are doing sinful acts. Okay, so who would like to read this?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Anand Bhavanti
Anat Bhavanti
Bhutani
Bhutani
Paryanyat
Paryanyat
Anasambhavaha.
Anand Sambhava
Okay, Bhava. Yagnat Bhavati
Yajnat Bhavati
Parjanyo
Parjanyo
Yagna Karma.
Yajnat Karma
This is Yagna.
Yajna
No, you don't pronounce the J. Yagna.
Ajna Karma
Okay, Karma. Samu Bhava.
Samudbhava.
Yeah.
All living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of ajna, sacrifice, and ajna is born of prescribed duties.
Yeah. So Krishna says in this that everyone from the grains, it happens that which are produced from rain, because the rain comes, then you can grow the grain, and the grains you use as sacrifice, and the sacrifice is born out of prescribed duty. As a person is doing his duty, a farmer has to plant crops, right? He has to plant crops and grow crops, and then he will sell some part of his crops and get the money. And then the factory worker will produce goods, and the goods will be sold to the farmer, like tractors and all that. And then the factory worker get the money, and he will buy the food that is planted by the farmers. So there is a relationship in everything. And rains are produced from sacrifice. Sacrifice meaning prayers. And prayers are born out of prescribed duty. When you are doing, like the Brahmanas, they will be doing prayers, right? And they will engage all the other people also to do prayers. So in this way, the Lord is satisfied, and the Lord becomes pleased, and then whatever it is, the rains come. So the whole process is very comfortable. The Lord has made the world, and he wants everyone to become good citizens and good people, so that the world can become a sattvic place. Sattvic meaning mode of goodness. Everyone can be in the mode of goodness. Whenever there is problems, like all the Kauravas are giving problems, Krishna comes down and he has to remove all these bad people. Otherwise, the world will be overburdened. So in this way, everyone prays to the Lord. When you have housewarming, you do prayers. When your child is born, you do prayers. When there's a festival, you have prayer. So you put God in the center of all your activities. This is why, and the God and the Lord will become very pleased, and He will give you even more blessing. So that is why we all do this. So in everyone becomes pleased. Okay, who would like to read this? Who hasn't read yet? Who hasn't read? Please volunteer.
I'll do it, Prabhu.
Okay, good. Yat yat
Yat yat
acharti,
archati
acharati
acharati
trestas
stretas
tat tat
tat tat tat
evataro jana
evarto jana
sayat pramanam
sayat pramanam
gurute
gurute
lokastat
lokastat
anuvartate.
anuvartate. Whatever actions a great man performs, common man follows, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues.
So Krishna is saying whatever action great men perform, common men follow. So in this way, what Krishna is saying is that previous verse was relationship between the Supreme Lord and a person is explained. Sacrifice of actions is how to regulate one's action to please the Lord, and actions that please the Lord will automatically give pleasure to the Lord. This is the verse before, right? Just now we read. And why a self-realized person performs his duty. Means a person, spiritual person, why he performs his duty, and how he does it without attachment. So this one is, you should also understand, you do your duty without attachment, means without thinking of the reward. You should only do it as a duty. Whatever the reward come will come of its own accord. And also in this verses from 3.20 to 3.29, Krishna is explaining afterwards, after this verse, how a person who is materialistic acts and how he incurs sin. Okay, so he says that a great person, a spiritual person, a leader should be a good person, and he should do himself and ask the others to follow. Get the others to follow. So in this way, a leader should set an example. The leader should not be saying, I can do whatever I like, but you must do all the good things. I can do bad if I like. That is not correct. So we'll take the Bhagavad Gita because it's, I would like to explain a bit more on Bhagavad Gita before we go through. Who has Bhagavad Gita? Turn to 3.30. Okay, who has Bhagavad Gita? Can you read 330 and 331? Just the English translation, that's all. Who has Bhagavad Gita? Anyone has
I do it, Prabhu.
Yeah.
313, is it?
330 and 31.
330. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desire for profit, with no claims to pure partisanship, and free from lethargy, fight. 331. Those persons who execute their duties according to my injunctions and follow this teaching faithfully, without envy, become free from the bondage of fruitive actions.
Read one more. 32, 32.
333, is it?
32.
32. But those who, out of envy, discredit these teachings and do not follow them regularly are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, be full and ruined in their endeavors of perfection.
So Krishna is speaking very clearly. He says that whatever you do, do it as an offering to me. That means put me in the center with full knowledge of me, and you should do your action without thinking of the benefit, with no claims of proprietorship. That means you should not think that you are the one who's doing. You are doing it because you are duty bound to do, and because as how Krishna wants you to do. So he said, do your action without the desire of a profit. And then he says, those persons who execute their duties according to my injunctions, according to what I'm asking you to do, how to do, and follow this teaching faithfully, without envy. You should not be envious of other people. Become free from bondage of fruitive action. That means you won't get bad karma at all. And those who out of envy, if you are envious of me, Krishna says, and you don't listen to what I'm asking you to do, and you don't follow regularly what I'm asking to do, consider that you don't have much knowledge and you are actually a foolish person, and you will not get perfection. What is the perfection Krishna is asking? That you won't go back to the spiritual world. You will come back to this material world again. Okay, so Krishna is quite clear about that we should be following. So now why a person commits sin? Let's go to 336. Who would like to read 336 and 337? Who has Bhagavad Gita?
Hari Krishna Prabhu.
36, 37.
Okay. O descendant of Vrishni, by what is one impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force? 37. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world.
So Arjuna is asking, oh Krishna, why does one commit sin? Even though sometimes he knows it's wrong, he still will commit the sin, as if he's forced to commit the sin, you know. And then Krishna is speaking, he says that it is lust. You have this terrible desire to enjoy things which are forbidden, which is because you are always thinking about it and you think that this will make you happy. Just like if you think that drinking will make you happy, drinking liquor will make you happy. So you're only thinking, and then you will do it, and you think that you are enjoying. Your mind, the attachment to the drink and attachment to trying to enjoy, that will actually make you do sinful things. You know, there is a story of one man who was a Brahmana. He was a Brahmana, and what happened is he was a good Brahmana. One day he went to the forest to pluck the flowers for doing the puja at home. And when he went there, he saw one man with a prostitute, and they were having sex in the jungle. And he was looking at it, and he keep on thinking about it, keep on thinking about it, keep on thinking about it. So he brought the flowers back, and he went to do his uh, prayers, but he keep on thinking about it. And then he was thinking of how they were enjoying. So for him, it is like they were, to his mind, it seems like they were very enjoying. So then what happened, he could not stop thinking. And then after that, he went to see the prostitute. And he says that, I want to enjoy with you. And then she says, if you got money, I will enjoy with you. Otherwise, I'm a prostitute. You don't have money, you don't have to come here at all. You please go away. So then he said, yes, okay, I will give you money. So then he gave her money. And what happened is, he was so attached to her that he told his family that I have employed a new maid. So he brought this girl into the house. And when you bring a girl into your house and you are very attached to her, somehow or another, the family members can understand that there is more to it than just a maid relationship, right? So then they will start question, and then he don't want to let go of the girl. And so finally, he kicked out his parents and his wife, and he was staying with the girl. And because he was a Brahmana's job is what? To go and do prayers in other people's houses and all that, and get donations. So now, if you have a person who is living, Brahmana who is living with a prostitute, would you call this Brahmana to do any prayers in your house? Of course not. So then there is no money now. So the girl was going to leave already, because she said that if you don't have money, I am leaving. So what he do, he started robbing people, robbing house places. And that's how he actually fulfilled the desires, and even he had children with this prostitute. So that was he was living. And then at the time of his death, the Yamadutas came to take him. When he saw the Yamadutas, he was so frightened, and then he had one son whose name was Narayan. He put his son's name as Narayan. So every time he's very fond of his son, he always called Narayan, come, let's eat. Narayan, come, let's eat. So at the time when he's going to die, he was thinking of his son Narayan, Narayan, and then actually he already started saying the Lord's name. And because he was a Brahmana in the beginning, he remembered Narayan, Lord Narayan, and then Lord Vishnu heard his name, and then he told his Vishnu Dutas. Yamaraj has his servants Yamadutas. Vishnu has his servants Vishnu Dutas. Go and stop the Yamadutas from taking this person, because he has called my name. So in this way, the Yamadutas were stopped from taking this man. And then the Vishnu Dutas already stopped the Yamadutas. They told the Yamadutas, please go away. He has chanted Lord Vishnu's name. Lord Vishnu says that you cannot take him. So then he was going to thank the Vishnu Dutas. Oh, thank you for saving me. But the Vishnu Dutas left after that. And then he understood that actually he has committed a lot of sinful things. So then he gave up his sinful life. He gave up the prostitute. He gave up everything, and he engaged himself in again in the prayers. And this is called, he had a second chance. So the second time he was doing everything nicely, and at the time when he was remembering the Lord and chanting the Lord's name most of the time and doing prayers. And so at the time of death, he remembered the Lord and went back to the spiritual world. So in this way, what happened is that he got saved. So then Krishna says that if you have lust, then what will happen? you will get attached to this lust. So a person who is attached to drinking, womanizing, stealing, he's he's doing all the sinful things. Even though he knows it's bad for him, but still he can't control himself. So someone can read 39, verse 39. Who has Bhagavad Gita?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
39. Thus, the wise living entity's pure consciousness become covered by his eternal enemy in the form of lust, which is never satisfied and which burns like fire.
Can you read one more verse? The next one.
The senses, the mind, and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. Through them, lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders him.
That is how people commit sin. These two verses that we just read is how Krishna actually explains the people commit sin. Okay. So okay, now in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a Srimad Bhagavatam. We have Bhagavad Gita, we have also the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Who would like to read this? Can you volunteer? Who hasn't read?
I'll go, sir.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Kriteyat
Kriteyat
yayato Vishnum
yayato Vishnu
Tretayam
Kritayam
yajato Makai
Yatyato Makai
Dvapare
Vapare
Paricharyayam
Paricharyayam
Kalau Tad
Kalautat
Hari Kirtanad.
Hari Kirtanat. Whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, and in Dwarapara Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
This is from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 12, Chapter 3, verse 52. You know that there are 4 yugas. First is Sat Yuga, then is the Tetra Yuga, then is the Dwarpa Yuga, and now we are in the last Yuga, which is Kali Yuga. So Sat Yuga, the form of worship was meditating on Lord Vishnu. In Tetra Yuga, it was by performing sacrifice. You can see this person is meditating, right, on Krishna or Vishnu. At that time, they don't know Krishna. They only know Vishnu. And then in Tetra Yuga, they were doing big fire sacrifice, right? And then in Dwarpa Yuga, they used to build big temples, you know, and their deity worship was very strong. Big temples they used to construct. And then in Kali Yuga is by chanting. It is said that just by chanting in the Kali Yuga, you have performed making big temples, you have done big sacrifice, and also you have done big meditation. So that is why a Kali Yuga is the Yas Yuga, and it is a Yuga where many people are not very spiritual, but it is a Yuga where it is just by chanting you can get the benefit of all the other yugas. Okay, that's why we recommend chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Okay, who would like to read this? Any person hasn't read yet, please volunteer.
Prabhu, can I volunteer and read again?
Okay, let's give a chance. If no one else says okay, then you do. Okay. Anyone
Okay.
want to volunteer? No? Okay, Prabhu, you read.
Okay.
Read.
Krishna.
Repeat after me. Krishna
Okay.
Varnam
Krishna Varnam
Tvisa Krishnam
Trisa Krishnam
Sango Pangastra
Sango Pangastra
Prasadam
Parsalam
Yagnai
Yajnai
Sankirtana Prayai
Sankritana Prayai
Yajantihi
Yajantihi
Sumedasaha.
Sumidasaha. Okay, in the age of Kali.
Louder bit.
Okay, stand by. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions.
Yes, thank you. Remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu in the beginning of the slides we have. So this is in the Bhagavatam is talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is actually Krishna himself. And on the left in the blue dhoti is Nityananda Prabhu, who is what you say, Balaram. So they are propagating the congregational chanting of the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, Krishna was blue-black. But when he came 500 years ago in the disguise of a devotee, he was very fair. He is Krishna. He is accompanied by his associates, that means all his close people who are with him. So this is why he came to actually tell us to do chanting, which is very important. Okay. Okay, so we recap. Arjuna sought clarification. Shall we do karmic action or renunciation? And then Krishna says, do not artificially renounce, because you will get neither peace nor perfection if you artificially renounce. And then perfection is not by renouncing, but by putting Krishna in the center of all your work. Okay? And then work done as sacrifice for Krishna. If you put Krishna as the center and you follow as per what Krishna expects you as a good person to do, you will not get bondage, means karmic. Do not be attached to the result. Just do your duty. Prescribed duty is those duties which you are meant to do, so do them. And different types of sacrifice are in different yugas, and the best sacrifice for Kali Yuga is chanting. Okay, so this story will take 5 minutes. You want me to tell the story? Can you all spend another 5 minutes?
Ken Prabhu, I'm okay.
Yes, Prabhu, go ahead.
Okay, this is the story of Lord Ram. And this is the story of Lakshman, and this is Sita Mata, right? They were in the jungle. Remember, they were banished to 12 years in the jungle. So then they came to a river. They came to a river and they wanted to cross the river. And then they were looking for someone to bring them across the river. Can you see the river in the background? So then they found the wife of the boatman. And the wife was a very devotional lady, and she paid her respects to Lord Ram and said, "Oh Lord Ram, how can I help you?" He said, "I need to cross the river." "Oh, don't worry, my husband is a boatman. I will call him." So she called the husband, and then the husband came And then the Lord Ram said, I want to go across. Can you take me across? And the boatman said, no, I cannot take you across. And then Lord Ram asked him, why you can't take me across? He says that, I've heard one story that you were walking and then you stepped on a stone and the stone became a young girl. And then now, if by chance you step on a stone and then the stone become a young girl, and then I will have to find a husband for this young girl. I already got one daughter and I have to get her married. And we are both men, we are not rich people. So to find a husband for her and get her married is already enough problem for me. So then you will get me another daughter and then I will have double problem. So I don't want. So Lord Ram said, okay, don't worry. I won't do that. He said, never mind, let me wash your feet so that make sure that your feet is clean and you please don't step on any stone. So he washed Lord Ram's feet. And then the boatman asked him to sit on the boat. So then he was going on the boat. And then he was going on the boat and the boatman brought them to the other side. And then the Lord Ram told Sita, give me some gold of that you have. I want to pay the boatman for bringing us across. So then the boatman said, what is it you're doing? He said, we are paying you for your service. He said, no, I don't want to be paid because we have a tradition among boatmen. If I bring one boatman in my boat, I don't charge him. And then if any boatman brings me across, they won't charge me. We have a tradition, So because we are all boatmen, we bring any boatman in our boat, we don't charge. So you are a boatman also. So I cannot charge you. And then Lord Ram said, what do you mean I am a boatman? I am actually a king. I am not a boatman. He said, no, you are a boatman. He said, okay, tell me why you say that I am a boatman. The boatman said, I bring people across the river. But you, Lord Ram, bring people across the river of material world to the spiritual world. So you are actually a boatman bringing people from the material world to the spiritual world. Oh yes, so that's why I cannot accept money from you. And then Lord Ram said, okay, I accept your explanation. And then the boatman said, but I have one request. And then Lord Ram said, what is it? Oh Lord, when I die, can you be the boatman to bring me and my wife and my family to the spiritual world? And Lord Ram said, don't worry. At the time of your death, I personally will come and bring you back to the spiritual world. So in this way, you see, doing service to the Lord is very beneficial. The Lord will never forget the service you have done, and he will definitely come and help you at the time when you need him to bring you back to the spiritual world. Okay, anyone wants a Gita kit? I've already posted in the group how to where to order, so you can order. So this is a certificate for those who complete. Remember to complete your quiz. And this is a temple. This Sunday you want from 8 to 12. We are open. You can come if you are staying near KL, and you can take darshan of the deities and also take the shot. Okay, the class is here. I stop. Any question? You will understand the chapter today. What is the main point of the chapter? We have done you should do your We already did the recap. So any question?
Prabhu, I have a question. Hello.
Yes, yes, I'm listening.
Okay, Prabhu, sorry. I have a question regarding this, the karma part.
Yeah.
Okay, when you said if we work and earn hard and we spend our money on enjoyment, that is bad karma, right?
Bad enjoyment.
Bad enjoyment. Okay, suppose, okay, let's say, so is drinking beer, is it considered a good enjoyment or bad enjoyment?
Uh, it's not supposed to be. We're not supposed to. Yeah, it's not good enjoyment.
Okay, but okay, let's say if I drink irresponsibly, then it is a bad action, right? But if suppose let's say we drink responsibly,
Okay.
okay, then okay, because I am going and buying the beer from maybe a shop somewhere. Okay, because of this, the shop owner's family, his children, all they get to be having their dinner that night because we are spending money there. So
Okay.
does this balance off the karma?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Okay, I explain to you a bit. Okay,
Uh-huh.
let's say drinking beer is not so bad lah, but finally you should think of giving up drinking beer because it's not good for your health in the first place.
Okay.
Secondly, drinking beer is expensive. So if you drink, it will actually the money could be used for better things than that.
But if let's say we don't drink, no one drinks, then the shop owner's children will starve, Prabhu.
No, they can sell soft drinks lah. You
Okay,
know,
Prabhu.
your beer, the main beneficiary is the taxes.
Okay, let's suppose if nobody drinks beer, then all the workers and who are working at the breweries, they will lose their livelihood also, Prabhu.
Oh no, the money you spend on the beer, you will be spending on something else, and they will manufacture that thing to get your money.
But then the beer company.
The beer, it's okay. We won't talk further than this, but if you can try and give it up, that's all. I mean,
Okay, Prabhu. All right. Okay.
yeah, it's good to give up all these things because why? It's not good for your health, and secondly, it's not good for your spiritual life because you won't become a very spiritual person if you keep on doing this.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, all right. I understand it's habits which are difficult to give up. I'm not telling you to give up. The Prabhupada said what you know. You know what he said? He said, I'm not here to stop you from doing the things you're already addicted to, but I'm here to actually introduce to you to become a spiritual person. And finally, I'm telling you, you know, after a while, when you start becoming doing all the things that are spiritual, you will lose the taste for these things. You will give up on your own.
Okay, Prabhu. Noted.
Okay. You will give up on your own. Don't worry.
Okay.
I tell you one thing. I'm a businessman, and then when I was young, I did once or twice, but I didn't like this. And then I stopped. I totally stopped. Then someone tell me, you are in business. You know, businessmen all drink, and then if you don't drink with them, they won't give you business. Yeah. So I said, never mind. I'll have less business, but I'm not interested in drinking. So somehow or another, it's not like that. You know, it's not. You don't drink, the businessman won't. I have people who drink and smoke, but they still do business with me. It's basically finally you have a product to offer, they can make money, they smoke it. While they are drinking beer, I'm drinking my soft drink. So it's no problem.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. Any other?
Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Ravi? Yes, Ravi.
Okay, Prabhu, I want to ask that say, okay, we have a bad habit in like gambling and but we still want to be under Hare Krishna. How is that, Prabhu?
Okay, you like to do gambling.
Seldom lah.
Okay. But you know gambling is very dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, I have a friend. I was in Singapore last time. I used to work there. I mean, I used to stay there. And I have a neighbor, you know. A neighbor was very rich businessman. And he had a big shop. And one day he went to Penang and he bets on horses and he lost. And then he keep on borrowing money until he borrowed $1 million. This was about 40 years ago. And that time, $1 million can buy you 10 houses. You know? And so what happened is he lost $1 million. That means he owes people 1 million. He came back and he was very depressed. And you know what he did finally?
What he did, Prabhu?
He hanged himself.
Oh.
He commits suicide. He could not face the fact that he has lost all the money, so his whole family will be without, I mean, there will be no more business and the house also will have to be sold and all that. So gambling is one of the most dangerous. So try and give it up.
Because I like wanted to be under Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
So I asked Malacca Hare Krishna conscious. So then they said, okay, I cannot do any bad things or that as well. Is that true, Prabhu?
No, actually it's like this, Prabhu. Everyone has bad habits and bad things. No one is perfect. Right?
Yeah.
If you want to stay in the temple and be a full-time stay there, then you cannot have all these bad habits. You understand? Because otherwise, some people go temple, say, how come this fella is staying there and he's drinking? Have you seen any Brahmana drinking, a priest drinking in the temple? No, right?
No.
So
I've seen Brahmana drinking outside the temple, Prabhu.
Yeah, correct.
So, you know, temple is like a hospital to us. We have bad habits, so we start taking the things which are beneficial to us, so that our things which are not beneficial will give up. Basically, if you really want to go back to the spiritual world, you have to give up finally.
Oh, okay.
You understand? So you start slowly giving it up. Last time, I used to, I decided that I want to stop eating meat, but I could not stop because I was addicted. Philosophically, I thinking it's not good to eat. So anyway, I wanted to give up. Then I thought, okay, normally I am vegetarian on Monday. Then I will non-veg on the other day. So I decided to turn it around and say I'll be vegetarian 6 days and done non-veg 1 day. So slowly, I gave up that 1 day or so. You understand?
Because that now I try to call to Hare Krishna Balaram from Mecca Aiko.
Yeah, I know that. It's a very close friend.
Yeah, that was first I called to Ramesh Prabhu. Then I told him that say I want to become under Hare Krishna. He said can.
You know what?
So,
you can call me personally and then explain to me, because we cannot take too many questions which is too long. You can talk to me, on the phone. Okay?
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. Anybody else has any other questions?
Thank you, Prabhu, and Hare Krishna.
Okay, don't worry. You just keep on doing the positive things. Slowly, you will lose the taste for the negative things.
Okay.
Okay, then you can become a good devotee.
But Prabhu, I joined a group from Krishna conscious from Balaram. Is it okay?
Yeah, can, no problem.
So this Prabhu should be join me today lah. Krishna Balaram group lah. So I'm still under their groups or that lah.
No problem.
And they send English to Prabhu also.
Okay, anyway, you talk to me about this in the phone. Any
Okay, okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
all understood today or didn't understand?
Yeah, understand, Prabhu.
Understand, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Can we take a photo shot of the group today? Any other questions before we take the photo shot? No, huh?
No.
Okay. Can you all open your screen and so we can take the photo shot? Some more persons. Another 4 more. Kevin and Guna. Okay. Kevin, Guna, are you opening up? Guna? Okay, please smile, everyone. Look at your best. Say Hare Krishna. Be happy. Okay, thank you. I will post this so you all can see. Thank you very much. Good night. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Good night.